Hey, man, we got this golf cart here. The problem is they have accessories on one of the batteries, and what it's done over time is it's drew that battery down, so you think the battery's bad according to the voltage. If you do the voltage test on it, you think the battery's bad, but the whole time it ain't the battery that's bad. It is just that the accessory has drawn on them and made it weaker compared to the rest of them. Because if you look at it, you can see that battery there has the accessories on it, the lights and stuff. So that battery there tests weaker than any one in the set. So what we're going to do is install a converter on it. And let me show you how to do a converter. I recommend anybody, if you have any accessories on your golf cart, do a converter. If not, you would do like this guy here did. You will have a problem eventually with it. All right. Now the converter we use is a 30 amp, 48 or 36 to 12 volts. And you can see here, voltage actually 27 to 60 volts, and output is 12.8 volts or 30 amps. You can see there yellow input, black is common, green is control. And what that means when it says green is control, that means green is what turns the converter on or off, and you want it to power by the key. Now we have an RXV here, and on the RXV, we're going to tie it off of the red wire on the solenoid. That way, when you turn your key on and turn your key off, the converter will power up, the converter will power on. Now, like I said, man, if you have a radio or if you have anything that draws on it, if you don't put a converter on there, you won't notice a problem right away. All right, you won't notice a problem in 3 months, 6 months. But guess what's going to happen about the 9-month to the 12-month period of your batteries? Whatever battery you have that accessory on, I promise you, and take this from experience, take this from knowledge, I promise you, you will have a problem with that battery. And depending on who you take it to, they're going to do two things. If you take it to somebody that is out to make money, they're going to sell you a new set of batteries, or they're going to sell you one battery to replace it with. All right. And then guess what? There you go again, same boat again when it goes out again. So always make sure you have a converter if you need it. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my crimpers. You're going to need crimpers, half-inch wrench, 9/16 wrench, depending on what size your battery nut is. Some self-tapping screws to screw it into wherever you're putting it at. Now you will need you about 4 to 5 foot of wire to run to your key switch and to run wherever you're going to wire your converter off of. Now here, I don't use the buck connectors and stuff like that. I just use the heater solder connectors. Now one thing that's crazy, man, is this one it don't come with an attachment plug to it. So you have to just wire it in here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take it here, cut my yellow wire off here, crimper back. Now I'm not gonna bolt it down yet. I'm not gonna bolt it down yet until we get it wired in, because it'll just be aggravating trying to work down there. And what I'm gonna do is take me a piece of wire, probably about 4, 5, 6 foot, and I'm just going to run it to where I need it at, and then I'll cut it on that side, and then that way I won't cut a piece too short or too long. And then when I get to the end of my piece of wire I got, I'll be short on wire. So we're going to take a piece of wire, run it from the main positive to the yellow wire on the converter, which is your input voltage from the battery. And you can see there, yellow's input. Now it makes no sense, man, because you would think that the red would be the input, but it ain't. So we're going to take it, put it in there. Now if you got crimpers and you're using butt connectors, you just crimper down. We use the solder kind because I do live at the beach, and any butt connector always corrodes, so we try to use something that seals it, because I want the customer to come back to buy something, not come back with a problem. But at the end of the day, all you have is your name. Remember that. And then if you're a homeowner, you want it where you don't have to do it again. My honey-do list is about 7,000 pages long, so I don't have time to do stuff twice. And also, man, comment in my comments below, man, if you've ever done this before, or if you need to do this, comment and let me know what kind you're going to do, or if you got any questions, man, or you need any videos and anything, comment below if you have any suggestions for videos, and I'll be more than glad to do one for you. So I'm going to take it, I'm going to run it, my main positive over there. So I'm going to run it right there. Now I'm not going to tie it in yet, I'll do that later on. I'm going to take it, stick it in right there. I'm going to stick it right there. That way I know it goes to my positive. Then I'm going to come back here. Now if you look at my battery here, my battery's right here. This is my negative. Take that off. And also don't do how they just did it. They had the wire, not the battery wire, they had the other wire for the accessory under the wire. You don't want that. You want the battery connection to be on the bottom, that way for the best connectivity. So I'm going to take my positive off. On my middle battery here, I have another accessory. So I'm going to take all this and just wire it up to the converter. This one here is going to be your ground. Now on this converter here, now the way it works, you can either tie all your grounds in over here by the converter, or you can run them all to the main negative because they all use the same ground. This one here does not output ground voltage, it just output hot voltage. Now I'm going to take, since this is my negative here, I'm going to take it and undo it, and hope I got enough to get back there to the negative. And I'm going to take my ground, pull it, I'm going to take my hot and pull it this way. I have my hot here from the headlights. I'm going to cut these off here. My daughter bought me these, man. These are pretty good. Now, when you skin it with this here, man, if you take it, just skin it with a closer hole and just pull with a smaller one and come right off. So then I'm going to take my red wire here, which is my output from the converter. Skin her back. Just like that, man. Put these in there. Like I said, this is my output. Put this red, which is the output from the converter. Make sure none of your wires stick out of there, that way they got a good connection. And you don't want them touching the other wire, touching the frame. Cut that there off. I have the output for my lights already. Now all I have to do is just run my ground and my key switch wire here. So I'm going to take, now my ground for the lights, what I'm going to do here is I have to run this wire from here to the main ground anyway. So what I'm going to do is take this and tie it into this ground here. That way I don't have to run a wire all the way over there. Now I'm going to take my little black wire I have here. And you can see, man, I'm going to take my ground wire from the lights and run it on the same side as I have the ground going to the batteries, because the black wire from the converter is pretty thick. I don't want to put it with that. I have my ground running now. I'm going to take my ground and I'm going to run it off the front too. I'm going to run it around here because it goes in front of the battery with the rest of the wires. That we don't run on. This is a little more professional with the battery. Run it down here under the stupid battery handle. So we're going to have one. We're going to have one plus one from the radio to the ground, and then we're going to have one off my hots, and then we're going to have one going to my solenoid. I will say this now, depending which converter you have, sometimes on the RXV, if you have one of their converters, the small silver cheap ones, it will shut the RXV down sometimes for safety because it thinks something's shorted. So just make sure that you don't get one of them cheap metal ones that's about 3 inches by 3 inches. All right, so now I'm gonna take my green wire, which is my trigger wire. The main thing here is if you add any accessories, or if you buy a golf cart that doesn't have it, put it on there if you have lights. Because some light kits are 12 volts. And the way you can tell if your lights are 12 volts or 48, most of the newer carts come with LED lights. Most of the newer LED lights are 48. Some of the, if you have the halogen bulbs, which is just like a light bulb, meaning it's 1157 bulb, or it's a pretty much 1157, which is a two-way element bulb, and then a 12 volt. So you definitely need a converter for that. Or if we put you in radio with LED lights. I want y'all to comment below, man. I want to see what my viewers want. If y'all want me to do some underglow lights installation or anything like that, man, let me know. I want to see if people will watch it if I put it out. I know my channel 80 to 90% troubleshooting. But if y'all think I should venture out and do stuff like LED lights, custom builds, stuff like that, let me know, man. As long as y'all gonna watch them, I'll put them out there. All right, this is my trigger wire. And I'm gonna mount the wires here where the wires can run toward the front, like that. So give me the self-tappers. I actually can't believe that I was able to maybe do a whole video without interruption. And that's how it was done, man. I'm gonna bolt them down, man. I always remember one thing, man. Hey, hey, hey. Watch my next video, fellas and ladies.